Howdy, folks, and welcome to another episode of Inside RIC Athletics. I'm Cody Chalifoux. Today, I have two very special guests. The first one being Will Niles of men's golf. Will, how are we doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing quite well. So you guys have the Little East coming this week. It's the big tournament in the fall, and then you guys, after this, kind of weighing it down until you get to that spring season. So kind of talk about your season so far. You guys have played in a couple tournaments. You guys had a couple duels or one or two duels. So kind of just tell us how you guys have been doing so far this year.
Yeah, we had like a pretty tough schedule because we played pretty well, and like the results haven't really reflected that. A lot of our tournaments have had EastCon in them, so we'd have to like play our best, and they'd have to have one of their kids would kind of have to have like an off day for us to compete with them, or one of our kids would have to have like a really good day.
Right.
But other than that, we won at Endicott. Him and I co-medaled at Endicott. We played good this weekend, but Nichols and USM broke 310, which is really good because we had 3 scores in the 70s and an 80 both days. I don't know. I think this has probably been our best year while I've been in college.
Yeah, I mean, you've been here for a few years, so you know better than anybody. So why would you say it would be the best year? Is it a mood change? Is it just like everyone's kind of buying in more? Is it just a talent jump? Like, what do you think is contributing to that jump in results?
Well, freshman year, we just didn't really have the talent.
Right.
Like, Anthony and I didn't really break out until last year, I'd say, and he's gone now. We had one kid who was good. He was a senior, but other than that, we just, like, our 4 and 5 guys, we didn't really have it in that area. And then sophomore year was COVID, so, like, we didn't really have much. We had the conference championship, but in the spring. Then last year we played pretty good, but I'd say, like, this year we're a lot, like, closer as a team.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, like, we kind of have a lot more friendly competition, and it makes us play better, like, as a team. Because golf is, like, unique because – like soccer, it's just like your team, and that's it, or baseball, whatever. But golf, it's like an individual and a team.
Right, yeah, it's a. So, like, if a kid's having a bad day, they have to like keep the wheels on because you can't just like sub them out. So if he's gonna shoot 85, he has to work hard to shoot 81, even though he's not gonna be happy with it because it can come down to like a shot. We've lost tournaments by like a shot. Right, yeah, and exactly like you said, this past weekend, Nichols and USM, that came down to that 5th guy. They tied it, and that was how they decided that that 5th guy that usually wouldn't count. But yeah, it seems like you guys are having a lot of fun. I've been talking to Coach Volpe. I know he's been here the last 2 years. How is it kind of working with him? I know he's a fun guy to be around.
Yeah, I think he's made the program way better since he's gotten here. Like for what he has and like what we have as a program here, he does like his best to get the kids in because there's a lot of schools that have like, I mean, freshman year we played against a school who has their own private plane and flew into a tournament.
Oh, wow.
There's teams that have like, they fly like 4 times a semester, so it's hard to get like plus handicaps in here. But he's like, he found Jasper. Jasper didn't even know we had a golf team here, and Coach found him.
Oh, wow.
Emailed him. He was coming here. He didn't even know. He got the twins in, and the twins they're only soft. They're going to be good their senior year. So he does good for what they give him.
Right, yeah. And so, yeah, again, like I said, moving on, you guys have that Little East tournament coming up. So what is your final go-around for the Little East? What's kind of that preparation like this week? What are practices like this week gearing up for this big tournament? This is the one that kind of solidifies the season until the spring.
So we just got back from Maine yesterday.
Right.
And then we had an off day today because we were walking for 3 days straight. And then we were supposed to have a practice round tomorrow, but I don't know about the rain.
Right.
But I think kind of like the preparation's been done. Because like for golf, this is like we're 8 months in because we all start playing in like March.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's just like doing it now because everybody on the team's like capable of playing well. I mean, we've had everybody in our lineups broke 80 this year.
Right.
If you can get 4 rounds in the 70s, you can usually compete. So I think that would be good. I know the leaderboard this week, it's like a little weird because when they do the leaderboards, it'll say like first, and then if 2 kids are tied second, it'll go right to 4th.
Mm-hmm.
But scoring-wise, we had 4 of our 5 guys were in the top 10.
Right.
This weekend
for scoring wise, and I think only 4 other kids in our conference had beaten us, and it was their home course.
Right.
So I think if we can compete with them like that, and it's not at their home course, we should do pretty well.
Right. So confidence is at a high going into this. That's awesome. Before we get you out of here and move over to Jasper, what does this off season look like? I know it's hard to play golf in the snow and all that, but you guys kind of take that little break between Halloween until right about March, like you said, they start picking. So what does that off season look like? What are the things you're doing in the off season?
I know we all kind of do our own things, but I can speak. I know the Twins usually take a trip somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then my dad's a club pro, a golf pro, so I can hit balls pretty much whenever I want. And then we go to South Carolina to play in the national program for a week. So I'll do that. And then usually I'm over it, so I just kind of take after this week I'll probably won't touch a club until probably November.
No, yeah, just kind of give your mind to reset.
Yeah, because I play all summer too, and
right.
then I kind of get stale of it.
Oh, I hear. Oh yeah, definitely, 100%.
Yeah, and then I'll really start picking it up probably in February.
Awesome.
To get ready. So.
Well, good luck this weekend, Will. We're expecting big things, and you guys are expecting big things, so it should be a fun tournament.
Yep. All right. Thanks.
Yep. And we're back here inside RIC Athletics, joined by RIC Golf freshman Jasper Bruins slot. Jasper, how are we doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing quite well. So your first kind of go around in college golf this fall season's coming to an end. Again, we have the Little East tournament coming up on this weekend. Are you excited?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, so how's that first kind of couple of weeks been as a student athlete? I know you're a freshman, you're coming into college for the first time, so how has it been adapting from the high school over to college life?
Yeah, it's definitely been different. I mean, it's playing golf for a college instead of a high school is much different because you have schedules that you can just leave class for, and in high school you can't really do that. But it's kind of been a little challenging balancing the workloads because they do give a lot of work, which I didn't really expect.
Mm-hmm.
But they make you do study hall or whatever, so I guess that kind of helps.
Right, yeah, that's mandatory 6 hours with our good friend Tony Raynone, the boy. I love Tony. Tony's great.
Yeah,
Tony's great. So Will mentioned that you didn't even know RIC had a golf team, and then Coach Volpe kind of reached out to you on your own. So how was that process like? Just kind of give me through that recruiting process, I guess.
Well, I knew they had a team, but I wasn't really set on playing.
All right.
But Coach, he just put me on some random email list, and I was like, oh, okay. And I didn't even contact him at all. So it was I just kept getting emails and emails, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm on the team. So they reached out to me on through Instagram, talking to me, asking me if I'm living here or on the team. I said I didn't really know. So I asked. They said to just show up to the practice, so I did, and I guess now I'm here.
Now you're here. That's definitely a fun story, just kind of guessing on the team before even know. So what was the decision to come to Rhode Island College? Obviously, it didn't seem like it was much golf influence, but more academic influence. What was kind of that reason to come to Rhode Island College?
Yeah, well, I wasn't the best student in high school, so
right.
I didn't have a lot of options for college. So this was the best price-wise since it's in-state tuition and stuff, and I'm not living here, so that was probably the main reason.
You just kind of get your education and play some golf on the side. So you've been kind of on the top of the leaderboard. It's been you and Will, the Mello twins have been up there as well. So how is it kind of feeling? You come in as a freshman and you're shooting some of the best on the team. Is that something that you expected to happen, or is that something that you're kind of just going with the flow, just going out there playing golf and the results just happen?
Well, I knew I could be up there because I looked at scores and stuff before I came here. But yeah, I just been going with it, and whatever happens, happens.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So you guys have this big tournament coming up, the Little East tournament, and then you have that big break until the spring. So kind of just talk about your season so far, from your first tournament, first match unto now. Have things changed? Have there been philosophy changes, or are you just kind of just going out there still the same way you've been since you were in high school?
Yeah. Well, the first match I didn't know what to expect, so it was kind of. Or tournament, I guess. It was kind of the same as high school, except high school you play 9 holes or whatever. But I've played tournaments So it was kind of the same as that. And yeah, I've just been going off that information and stuff.
Yeah, just kind of just playing golf,
Yeah.
just nothing different. That's great. Yeah. So, what are you expecting from this big tournament? What are you expecting from this conference tournament? Like, again, this is kind of defines your season until you get to go back in the spring and then play for the NCAAs. So, like, what is this? What's the mindset going into here?
Well, I think that we're all capable of shooting 70s, mid 70s, or whatever. And like Will said, if we all can do that, we can compete easily with the schools. I'm not really sure how our conference works. Like, I don't even know the team names and stuff. Like, he knows them by heart. So I don't really know what other teams there are, but I know we can definitely compete with them, and it'll be close.
Right. Yeah. Since you've been on the team, who's someone that kind of you've looked up to, or someone who's kind of taken you under their wing, or Will?
Definitely Will. Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys spent a lot of time together on the course, and he's always giving you some pointers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. How is that really? Is that just senior freshman, or is that something that kind of naturally happened? You guys are just kind of compatible and.
Yeah, well, I think it kind of naturally happened with everybody on the team.
Oh, yeah.
We're all really good friends now, and it was just when I came onto the team, they were very welcoming and stuff, which is great. Yeah, like what I said, before I even was on the team, they were Instagram DMing me and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, so
You're on the team before you were even on the team.
Yeah.
So I guess it was meant to be.
Yep.
All right, Jasper. Well, good luck this weekend, and hopefully you bring some big hardware home.
Thank you.
Thanks for checking out this episode of Inside RIC Athletics. I've been Cody Chalifoux. Thank you so much for watching that interview. We have more on the way, so make sure to go to goanchorman.com to find any interviews that you might have missed, any interviews in the future. Make sure to go to goanchorman.com as well to look at the varsity schedule and see what games are going on, when they're going on, if you can make it or if you want to watch at home. And again, we thank you so much for supporting RIC Athletics. Go Anchorman.